hope you enjoyed my video about the King's Indian last week. As I promised, today I'll make a video about my game in the National Joust Championship, which I won very luckily but convincingly. This is the last game which I played with a Kinnikin master, Phuc. Back in 3 years ago, he have won the World Rapid title, so he's a World Rapid champion in the under 8 section. This is a very important game for me in clinching the title because this is the last game and I need a win while he only need a draw to win the tournament. The game starts with e4, c5, he plays Sicilian defense. I go for the open Sicilian with knight 3 and he go e6. This is a minor surprise for me because usually he plays the knight dog with d6 or the Sveshnikov with knight c6. But anyway, e6, I go d4. So I think it's gonna be a Taimanov or a Khan, and I'm right. He plays a Khan. Here c4 leads to hedgehog type of structure. So I go knight c3. It must be said that c4 is playable too, but I am not very comfortable in the type position. So knight c3. Here knight c6 or d6, bishop b4 is the main moves. Even queen c7 has been tried too, but he go b5. This is an inaccurate move which isn't punished in the game. Here a4 was very good move, a4. And after b4 we go knight a2 and we'll break with c3 later. a3, bishop b7. Here I sank in thought. After half an hour, I decide to went for an fianchetto setup. Yeah, I am in time to defend the e4 pawn. Start here, I feel that he isn't going to play d6 soon. So h3. I want to prepare g4 and bishop e3, followed by f4, g5 with a kingside attack. Knight c6, and here I play g4. It is an inaccuracy because it allows him to activate his e7 bishop by playing knight d4 and bishop c5. Here queen d3, and here castle is good, but h5 is even better. g5 is the best move, but then knight g4, no, knight g4 is too ambitious, maybe knight g8, and slowly knight e7 and knight g6, and black will have very promising position. But instead, after a minute, he went for d5. He played so confidently that I thought that his break and he have freed his game. But actually, it gave the advantage to me. He take, knight take, and bishop d5. This is a very important move. If knight d5, then he have bishop take, and rook d8. My position was very bad here because my pawn majority on the queen side is nothing. It cannot move, and to create a pass pawn, while he have a king side majority, and my king is weak too. So I decide for bishop d5. Here he cannot castle anymore after e-take, but as a prize, I cannot. I miss my defensive g2 bishop. So it's a fair trade. Rook e1, king f8, almost forced. After bishop e7, I went knight d5 and just win the pawn. So king f8 is forced. He has the two bishops, so I went to exchanges as quick as possible. Here he have very creative idea, h5. Of course, if G take H5, then rook take, and he has a decisive advantage. So I need to play G5, trying to block the H8 rook. I will prevent it to get into the game, a factor which proved to be decisive later in the game. We'll see. Bishop E7 and Queen D4. My idea is to control the dark square. I'm planning Bishop F4, Bishop E5, hitting G7, playing Rook AD1 to hit D5. So this is an equal position with chance for both sides. But my position is easier to play. Bishop F4. This move contains a small trap. If Queen H3, then Rook E7. A nice trick. And suddenly we are winning. The king cannot escape. Here many moves win, but the simplest is Queen B7. Okay, back he played Rook C8 with the idea of playing Rook C4. So I reply Bishop E5, first threaten to take on G7. But here, amazingly, he should play King G8 with a very complex and unclear position. After Bishop G7, Bishop C5, Queen F6 and Rook H7. Amazingly, Stockfish said that black has a big advantage here. But it looks too complicated. But I would love to play that position. In the game he played Rook G8. It is a super passive move. It cannot be recommended. Many moves are better, including the artificial Rook H7. The rook stay on the H5. On G8 is very weak. It almost puts the king with no space. I go Queen F4, so I'll be able to meet Rook C4 with Bishop D4. But I miss Bishop G5 here. Here this is his best move, and Bishop G5, win a pawn. But strangely, he didn't went for it. In the game he played D4. Obviously there's no time for taking the D4 pawn. And we didn't need it either. Knight E4. Our plan is very simple. To play Bishop D6 and exchange a bishop, and then we have a very good ending waiting for us. At least we have a draw. So we are playing for the two result here. He played Bishop D5. He played very quickly, but this is a blunder. Here, maybe he have underestimated my attacking potential. Here, a better move is Rook C6. Defend along the third rank and prevent Bishop D6. Okay, so after Bishop D5, I found a nice idea, G6. I built a cage for the G8 rook, which proved to be very successful in the game. F6 is a very natural move, but not best. Even now, Rook C6 was better. But after G take, Bishop take, and Rook D1, it's very hard to defend Black's position in a practical game. So F6 is a very human move. Here you have a small trap. We cannot play Knight F6 or Bishop F6 because you have G take. And now I realize that the G6 pawn is hanging. So after Queen H6, Rook G7, Queen H8, and a nice backward move, Bishop D8, and we can resign. So Bishop D6, a cool move. We enter the ending with a rook up because G8 rook cannot get out. Okay, so Bishop D6 first and Queen D6. Here Queen D6 was forced too because after Queen E7 we had a very nice trick. Can you spot it? Yeah, Knight F6, right. And it's made in 3. If queen d6, then knight h7. So in the game he went for queen d6, knight d6, rook g8, and knight f5. Here h4 was his only chance to survive, trying to get the rook out at the cost of some pawns, but he should try it. He played bishop f5, bishop f3 instantly, but this is a decisive blunder. He have an hour left and but he only spent about 1 minute for this move. And after rook e7, suddenly I was threatening mate, so he have to move his bishop back. So in this sharp endgame I has 2 tempo for free, and it's too much. Rook e1, threatening knight d6, followed by rook e8. Okay, rook h8. He stacks the g7 pawn, but who need it? We are going for checkmate. Knight d6, very nice move. If rook d6, then of course rook e8 mate. Bishop c6 was forced, but the bishop was overextended. Now f7 was free for our rook. King g8, and now many moves win, including rook c7 or rook e to e7, but knight f5 was simplest. Now we play rook h7. Anything loose at that point. Knight e7 is simplest, and also g-take, but this required some calculation. Like this, and we win. But we might get into some nervous moment after this. And we need to calculate till this point. And no one enjoy calculate when we have a simpler continuation. Rook e7, and he immediately resigned. He cannot stop checkmate, even sacrificing his h7 rook. It's mate, so he need to resign. And I become the national champion. It is the turning point for my career. I was very happy, like the first time I joined the national championship, and it was a experience which I will remember forever for the rest of my life. Thank you, my subscriber, for watching me. If you think the content is instructive and educational, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video. I hope